Hey guys, it's Hagen Larson here. I'm just making this video to share my COVID-19 story. Obviously, this is something that's affecting everybody, and it's affecting people at different levels, but at the end of the day, everybody's affected and everybody has their story. If you're anything like me, your world was flipped upside down in the middle of March when the virus really hit home. I remember hearing about it early in 2020 in other parts of the world, and I thought about it and I saw the statistics and things and I recognized that it was a big deal, but it wasn't really tangible to me. I went on vacation at the end of February and the beginning of March, and I kind of left the world behind, right? I wasn't reading the news and things like that, so I didn't understand how much it had progressed. When I got home, I went back up to school. I'm a student at the university, and I coming back from spring break and trying to get back into classes and working and things, they were long days, right? And so the one thing I was looking forward to when I got home was watching the Jazz game. And so I get home, it's been a long day. It's the one thing I'm looking forward to today. And I turn it on like 20 minutes late, but they still haven't started the game. And I'm not sure why. All the players are on the court and things seem normal. The announcers are talking, but for some reason they haven't started the game. And then it comes out that Rudy Gobert from the Utah Jazz had tested positive. And at that point, I realized that none of us are above this, right? You see numbers and statistics and things, but it really doesn't hit home for you until a face that you know has contracted the virus. And so when that happened, and then Donovan Mitchell, obviously, and other high-profile people, that's when I really started to take it more seriously. My university canceled classes. We transitioned online. The job I'm working at receives a lot of imports from China, and those weren't happening because of the virus. And so it ended up where I wasn't working much and I wasn't going to school much, but I was living up by the university and I was getting a little lonely, so I moved back home with family. Obviously, I understand I'm very fortunate, right? My immediate family's healthy, I'm healthy and things. I haven't gotten the worst of it, but I know that there are people out there who have. When I first got home from the university, I thought, no school, this is time to have fun, right? Time to hang out with my friends and things. And so I did that. My family was staying inside, but at nights I would go out and we'd play pickleball or volleyball or something like that. And it was really fun and all. And then I recognized how uneasy my family was with me being out and things like that. And I thought about it and I thought, what good is it for them to take all these precautions if I'm going to go out and interact with people they don't know and interact with people I don't know where they've been or what their health is, and then I'm going to bring all that home and interact with my family, right? It's not good for them. And at that point, I realized that this self-isolation and quarantine isn't about my own health. Sure, it does keep me healthy and helps prevent it for me, but it's more about others. It's more about the people in my home. It's more about the people out there that, I can't control what they do, but I can control what I do. And what I can control is whether or not I'm having unnecessary contact with others. And so when I realized that, I started observing those guidelines more strictly. And I can't help but notice that there are a lot of people who just aren't doing that. And I don't know why. Everybody has their reasons. I understand people have to work, and we have to go to the grocery store, and there are essential businesses and things. Healthcare workers have to do what they're doing, and we are so thankful for them. But there are people who are doing unnecessary things, who are treating it lightly. And maybe it's because they're confident in themselves. Maybe it's because they don't have anybody close to them that's immunocompromised or at a high risk, and so they feel like even if they contracted it, it would be okay. But at the end of the day, this is not about you. This is not about us. This is about everybody else besides us, besides you. People make the claim that we're encroaching on people's rights and things, and I get that. I understand where you're coming from. Certainly the right to assemble peacefully is in the amendments, but at the end of the day, it's not about encroaching on people's rights. It's about looking out for each other. It's about being motivated by the emotions and the motives that motivated the document that enumerates your freedoms. The American spirit is not in forcibly making sure you have your rights, but it's in unifying and being there for each other and trying to create a better situation for everybody, right? And so that's why I'm making this video, to share my story. I've lost a little bit of employment. I'm not up at school. I've lost a lot of momentum in life. At the end of the day, I recognize I also haven't had the worst of it. I haven't lost anybody close to me. My family is healthy. I'm so thankful for that. But others don't have that same Others aren't that lucky. And so that's why I'm making this video, to share my story, to encourage you all to observe these guidelines and these social distancing restrictions. We all want life to be back to normal. And depending on what we do right now, right here, will depend whether that normal happens sooner or later. So that's my story. Thanks for watching again. Please feel free to share your story and share it with those you love so we can all help normal come back soon. Thank you. Bye.